absolutely. For us to be here and represent our school and our community, it was an honor. It's not the outcome we wanted. We fought. We did the best we could. We didn't execute. We didn't handle the ball very well. Their pressure, their rotations, their blitzes, their traps really sped us up, and we just unfortunately had too many live ball turnovers, and they fed off of it. And from that standpoint, that was the huge difference. They took us out of everything. We couldn't run anything. We tried to use the floor, the space, move the ball, and they read our shoulders very well. They anticipated extremely well. For this group, couldn't be more proud of what they did here in the tournament. They kept fighting and coming back, and what they've achieved throughout this tournament is remarkable for a 9-13 team to get to the state finals. So it's a credit to Luke and Drake. They're our two leaders on the floor, and they're the big reason why we're here. I know that a long ways from now, they can look back on this as a special moment, but I know it hurts right now.
For the two players, could you run through an overview of why the game turned out the way it did?
Yeah, I mean, the way they pressured us full court and blitzed the ball and read our shoulders, something we were ready for, but we didn't execute very well. We knew they were going to do it, and we came out and we were ball strong and taking care of the basketball, and they got out to a quick start, and then we couldn't find a way to get back.
I mean, we couldn't overcome the pressure they brought, at all. Like Luke said, we weren't ball strong. We couldn't get the ball. We got it past half court, and they were just trapping us, and we couldn't run our sets. And they got turnover after turnover. We didn't get back nearly fast enough. So.
Guys, kind of just a question for all three of you. I mean, I've been there, all season long. You guys start out 4-0, then run into a little bit of a rough streak, and then you pick it up in the playoffs when it matters. What's to say about this team that, you guys were able to just keep it going, up until this point?
Oh, I just think it's how we are as a team. We stay together through the ups and downs, and that's what's got us here. And the biggest thing is looking back at this moment in 5-10 years and just knowing the legacy we left behind, and something very special that we did. Even though we didn't get the outcome we did tonight, it was still something very special.
Yeah, we had a rough regular season. This run in the tournament was crazy. I'm never gonna forget it. This is the last game I'm ever gonna play as an organized basketball game. It was a hell of a ride.
I think overall, Luke, his freshman year played varsity, and they won one varsity game. His sophomore year, I think they won 6-5 last year. We've always been, close. My first year, this year, we were competitive in a lot of games. Just trying to find ways to win. And for these guys to stay the course and be as resilient and to do what they did in the tournament under those circumstances is a lot of courage to stand up and stay strong. And number two, they have great consideration towards their teammates. They've been great teammates, so I couldn't be more proud of them.
For all three of you guys, Kenny Road to WHBC, I know this stings now, guys, but when you look back on this, it's going to be great memories. What will you miss most about this team and this experience, even though it didn't end maybe the way you wanted it to?
I think the number one thing is just playing with these guys. I've been playing with them for my whole life, some of them. A cousin on the team, so last time playing with him. But like I said, the legacy we're going to leave behind and the inspiration we've had for the Perry community is something that we won't ever forget down the road.
The main thing for me would be definitely missing playing with these guys that I've been playing with since I've been growing up. and some of these coaches have coached me since I was young, and it's just sad.
Yeah, it's, I'm sorry, what was the question again?
I know it didn't end the way you wanted it to, but the journey here, so many smiles and great memories. What are you going to miss the most about this team?
Their resilience, you know, when you coached them hard, and you're trying to establish the habits, the standards of a program, and to, you know, to get to that point and the discipline of the program, it's not easy. It's not easy, and these guys were the first. And when you're the first, they kind of look at you like, really? And you got to kind of drag them. And they might not, they'll realize it down the road, not today, not tomorrow, but 5, 10 years, they'll understand. And then on the flip side, for them to do what they did and have the joy of playing the game, and to be able to let go, and then they took me for a ride. Now, I wasn't dragging them, they were dragging me. And that was fun. And these guys had everything to do with it. Remarkable players, talent, and they're going to be hard to replace.
Coach Greg Glaser with 270 Hoops. First off, congratulations on just an impressive postseason run. Anything from a game plan standpoint that maybe in hindsight you wish you maybe would have done a little bit differently, or is it just a testament to just how challenging Westerville North is to be able to execute the game plan that you want to, come out with?
Teams have the most success against us if they get under us. They get under and they full man. Just that dynamic of going against that pressure. We're really good against zone pressures. We're good in half-court pressures, but full man just really has always been our nemesis. And they knew how to exploit, and they were really good on when to trap and when to come. And from a game plan, we worked on various spreads, big area, hook to the middle, go screens, all that stuff in the full court. 4 different looks on press breakers. It's not what they didn't do anything that we didn't expect. We just didn't execute. We just, basically turned the ball over to them way too many times. Thank you.
I'm extremely proud of the way the kids played tonight. To step up on this stage and play the way they did means a lot to our community. It means a lot to the team. And to see the Westerville North community rally around our group tonight, to see everyone here tonight and supporting our kids is special. And that's the cool thing. These guys created that. They created that moment out there. They created the feeling and all this emotion. I know you guys weren't with us in practice every day, but this is the hardest working group, and they're special. They love each other. They care about each other. And hats off to Massillon Prairie. We knew they were an outstanding opponent coming in, and our kids just went out and did what we always do. That's how we play all season. So, yeah.
Coach, and those also for the players as well. And I'm sure you went into this season with high expectations, knew what this team was had an ability to accomplish. Did you envision, though, this dominant of a run, especially in the postseason?
Yes. Not to sound arrogant, yes. I've been around these kids, for 4 years, and the other kids in the locker room. And the thing that's so cool is to see a group of kids say, you know what, this is what we want to do, Coach. This is how we want to do it. And then they actually go out and do it. That's a special group. And, we're just about being together and being a team. I think I'm sitting with the two best basketball players in the state. That's my opinion. I know there are other people who have other opinions, but I'm sitting, the two kids on this team, I don't say anything all year. I try to be humble during the year, but I'm coaching the two best basketball players in the state, and I think they've proved it this year.
Yes, sir. This is for Coach also. As Greg just pointed out, the beginning of the year, and your expectations, but you put that into effect with your schedule. Can you just talk about how the schedule prepared you, for this moment this evening?
The kids wanted to be challenged. They wanted to play the best because they wanted to prove that they were the best. We started the season with Richmond Heights, Olentangy Orange, Cleveland St. Ignatius, and Delaware were our first 4 games. And I know we started the season 1-2, and a lot of people talk about being 1-2. Our 2 losses were to Orange and to St. Ignatius, and I think we learned a lot from those 2 games. And it made us who you see here today. Excuse me. But we wanted to challenge ourselves. We played Louisville earlier this year. We played Massillon Jackson. We played Northland. We play our rivals, Westerville South, twice. Westerville Central. So the kids wanted that challenge, and they've never shied away or backed down from a challenge. We're one of the best basketball teams in the state. Period.
Question for the players. Yeah. Question for the players. You guys, as Coach mentioned, started out 1-2. When in the season did you think, and maybe it was right away, but when in the season did you think that this would be the outcome?
I'll say like Coach said, from the start of the season, we knew what our goal was. We knew we were capable of doing it. So even though we took those 2 losses, we never lost hope, and we always encouraged each other. So I say from the beginning, actually from December, we already knew what the expectation was, and I feel like we would be letting ourselves down if we wouldn't be here today. So from the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I'm agree with everything he said, and I feel like last year after we lost versus Newark, we knew we would get back and get to that point, then get past that and get here.
I just have one follow-up, just silly. Do y'all ever get tired?
No.
Every day, all practice.
Yeah, I feel like it's our practices that really help us in the game, because our practices are 10 times worse than what you see in the game. So if we're doing that in practice, it should be nothing in the game.
How impressed with you, Shane, with the start tonight? I mean, we talked the other day, you follow a script, you're the aggressor, but in a state final to set that kind of tone has to be pretty reassuring right off the bat.
It is, but it was expected. You've never seen a group of kids work as hard as this group does. To see the way we play for 32 minutes, In practice, we play with a 10-second shot clock. We just run up and down the floor. I mean, that's what we do in practice, and the kids love it, and they feed off of it. Should we share our saying? Yeah? All right. Our saying, and all year long, and we've kept it in the locker room, it's been deep water. Deep water. Our goal every game is to take the other team out to the deep water. And that's how we break huddles before we come out on the floor. That's what we talk about at timeouts and during quarter breaks. We're taking them to the deep water, taking them someplace they've never been before. So it stems from, there's a kid that wrestles at Penn State. He's a 184-pounder. His name's Carter Starocci. He's pound for pound the best wrestler in the state, or in the country. And we saw an interview with him where they asked him, "Why are you so good?" And he goes, "I am so good because when I'm in a wrestling match, there's no one in better shape than me. There's no one with better technique than me." And he goes, "And I just love taking my opponents out to the deep water." And he goes, "Where their feet can't feel the bottom." And so that's what we adopted this year. We take opponents out to the deep water where their feet can't feel the bottom and they can't return. Please don't put that in the paper where they don't return. Okay, you can, Dave. But our goal is to speed you up, turn you over, and to gas you. I mean, we want you to have your hands on your knees, and we just keep on running people at you. And like I said, I have the two best players in the state, and so that's what happens.
I feel like Tony Cornette, he really got us over that hump today. He was playing good defense, and then I know he wasn't like scoring the most, but his defense and his intensity really set the tone.
Come on, Ty.
I feel like we had a good start. We've been ready for these games, so we just came out with a lot of energy and effort, and we had a lot of adrenaline. I feel like that helped us out, especially Tony. Like he said, he was getting steals. He had like a couple of steals in the first quarter, and that just helped us out a lot.
And that's what I love about these kids. Like I said, they're the two best players in the state, and I'm going to keep on hitting that. And they don't take any credit for anything. They don't take any credit at practice, at school, in the community. It's all about their teammates and making their teammates better. They never talk about themselves, ever. And that's why I love them. And that's why we're sitting up here tonight. And like, I'll never coach two kids like this again, right? Tyson, well, maybe Tyson. Okay, we'll get Tyson. But that's why they're special, because they don't care who gets the credit. They don't care who's responsible for scoring. They just want Westerville North to win.
That actually, Coach, leads a little bit into my next question. You already mentioned these guys are the two best players in the state, but they've been huge parts of this program for 4 years. Can you just talk about them as humans and the relationship that you have with them and how special it is to be able to celebrate this?
I'm not trying to sound cliche. They're great players, and they're even better kids. They work so hard. I get phone calls from school all the time, late at night. Hey, Micah and Ty are in the gym. They know how to get into the gym. They know how to unlock the doors. They know how to get out. We have this shooting machine called the gun. They know how to set it up. They know the combination to the ball rack. It used to be 1994. We're going to change it to 2025 now, baby. Our ball rack combination was 1994, the last time we won the state championship. And so on Monday, you guys want to change it?
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to change it to 2020. We don't?
Spring break.
Oh, spring break. We have spring break on Monday, so we'll change it when we get back to school.
We'll be stealing all your balls then.
But these two are, like I said, they come from an outstanding family. Their parents, what you see out on the floor is the way they were raised. It's nonstop. Don't quit. Only the best. Make your teammates better. No, they've left a legacy that is going to be hard to beat. And I know for a fact that there are little kids. We had little kids come into our locker room the other day and ask for their autographs. And that's the cool thing, that those little kids are going to grow up someday, and they're going to want to be Westerville North Warriors. We're proud of who we are. That's why we wear it on the front of our shirts. We're proud that we're from County Line Road. we love the fact that we're from County Line Road, and after tonight, we can say that the best basketball in the state's played at 950 County Line Road.
Sir.
Guys, obviously people are going to say the expansion to 7 divisions this year gave you guys a boost because it moved you to Division II, where you had obviously a great chance to win this thing. You think maybe you told some people tonight, hey, we could maybe win the Division I as well? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, yeah, I know Orange is in the state championship and we lost to them, but me and Devin both know if we played them again, we'll beat them. So I feel like no matter what the division is, like no matter who, we're gonna come out on top because the effort we put in, the relationships that we have. So
Yeah, I feel like no matter division, if we were Division I, like I feel like the 2 games we lost, we weren't playing our game, like the Orange game. We weren't playing our game in the first half. So if we play our game in the first half, I feel like we win that game. And then we got another tough game at St. Ignatius at their home. So it's hard to beat them up there. But yeah, I feel like we could have won Division I too.
And Reynoldsburg and Olentangy Orange are 2 great teams, and so we're not taking anything away from them. We're just really happy tonight, and we're feeling ourselves.
This is for Micah and Ty. Just talk about how special it is. I mean, you two as brothers, but then when you add in Tyson as well, just talk about how special it is to win a state championship. I mean, with your siblings. That's not something that you see too often. And after you are done, Coach, you can kind of chime in on that, the family aspect of, this state championship.
Just to do it, like we live in the same house, we sleep at the same time, whatever. So just to do it and know that we've been, since like 2nd grade, we've been pushing each other, encouraging each other to be the best. So just to finally see us get the result that we wanted means a lot.
Yeah, coming out here winning my brothers, one of the best things that I could ever did. My last time playing with both of them, and I feel like that was real fun for me, as well as like our other teammates, those are our brothers too. We all with each other, all family.
We're a family. The Westerville North community is a family, and we're just an extension of the Perkins family, and we all take care of each other. We all look out for each other. And what it does is that the kids are so competitive, like the brothers are so competitive with each other, it just rubs off in practice. And like I said, we have some of the best practices you'd ever see, just because the kids don't like to lose. The brothers, they don't like to lose to each other. And so our practices are intense and they're competitive. And then that's the byproduct is what you've seen in the tournament and all year long. Thank you so much.
Thank you.